Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another declutter and this time it is the eyeshadow palettes. I'm kind of excited, I'm kind of nervous. The last time I did an eyeshadow palette declutter, I got rid of over 65 palettes. I feel like when you pull them all out, like, as weird as it sounds, I feel like I don't have like that many. But like they're all kind of just in a pile and in these bins. So it'll be interesting. We'll have to see how this goes today. Just a little disclaimer before we get started. This is my own personal declutter journey and lifestyle change. I'm not trying to get to a minimalist collection. I'm just trying to make sure that I genuinely love everything that I have. I don't anticipate any of these declutters being cutthroat declutters. I will link the declutter playlist down below if you have missed out on a couple that you want to check out. But if you are looking for cutthroat declutters, I do recommend searching elsewhere. I know there's like a ton of them on YouTube, so you're sure to find something that it would probably fit your needs a little bit more than this one will. These are more so for my own like mental walkthrough so I can look back on them and because they were requested. So please make sure to keep the comment section positive and remember there's no magic number that I'm trying to hit. This is a lifestyle change for me, not just like me dumping my whole collection. So having said that, let's talk about some eyeshadow palettes. I have a whole stack next to me that's like, oh no. No. I'm pretty sure these are all of them. I don't think there are any in my Project Pan bin. If I'm wrong, well then I'm wrong. But I really like, I don't know where else they'd be. So we should be good to go. So I guess we'll start with this. We'll start with this little palette organizer and then probably the one like right next to it too. So today, Mama needs to focus on not collector's mentality, which one's a hard one for me. And just if, you know, I'd be excited to use the palette. If I think I'd use at least the majority of the shades with eyeshadow palettes, it's a little bit more difficult to use every single shade. But who knows? Like, I mean, probably make that work. We just gotta be for sure about it. You know what I mean? I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm so tired, you guys. I have no idea why. Okay. So here's our first stack. I feel like I did not plan this through at all. Let's start with these little tiny ones, okay? This is the Colored Rain Vineyard Soiree eyeshadow palette. This one I have been using quite a bit lately. I got this, I think, in an Ipsy. I actually have been really enjoying this though. So this one I'm going to hang on to faux show. Okay, this do you guys remember this? This is that brand that I cannot pronounce the name of. It's Doucce. This is the Freematic Eyeshadow Pro Palette. And I had one of these in my last declutter and I decluttered it. And then I ended up getting another one in a freaking subscription box. And I've never touched it. It's gonna go. This one is definitely getting decluttered. This is the Shayna B Miami eyeshadow palette. This one is really pretty. It is a lot of neutrals. Like, does this bring me joy and excitement? I think so. I feel like I could make some nice looks out of this. And with the neutral palettes, I am kind of getting a little bit more into neutrals. Like, I still love my colors and everything, but it is nice to have some neutral palettes. Do you know what I mean? This is the Ace Beauty Grandiose palette. I love this palette. I really love the red palettes. This one's gorgeous. I've hit pan in a shade in this palette. I'm definitely keeping this one. The Ace Beauty brand I was introduced to by like BoxyCharm, I think. And it's really, really good. Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder. This one, oh my god, I don't even think I've ever taken a look at. This is really beautiful. It really is. I have not tried out too many of the palettes I have from this brand, but this is really gorgeous. So I think I am gonna hang on to this one for now as well. I've got Violet Voss Essentials and Essential 2. These I'm gonna keep because these are really great, just like basic palettes almost. I really do enjoy these and the formula of these are great. So I'm gonna hang on to those. This is the Ciate London The Editor palette. I just got this and I don't know, like, love the packaging. It's really cute, but it just feels very cheap to me. And I don't know, like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna pass this one along. It just doesn't bring me a whole lot of joy. The Alamar Cosmetics Reina del Carab palette. I'm totally keeping this. This is so beautiful. I love this palette. The IBY Beauty Enlighten eyeshadow palette. Honestly, I think I'm gonna pass this one along too. I don't know. IBY Beauty doesn't excite me. The formula is really great, honestly, and the shades are really beautiful, but for whatever reason, they just don't excite me. So I'm going to pass that one along. The Nubian by Juvia's, totally keeping it. This is a gorgeous palette. This is Pure Festival. This one I was actually really impressed with. This was probably one of Pure Cosmetics' most impressive palettes to me. I don't love most of their palettes, but this one I actually did really enjoy. So I'm going to keep this one. The Saharan by Juvia's is gorgeous, of course, so I'm also going to be keeping this one. I think I used this for a weekly makeup basket a little while back, and I really enjoyed it. This is the Morphe 15D Day Slayer. Honestly, these eyeshadows are just kind of chalky, and the color story is like super boring. This one I'm going to pass along. Okay, let's move into some of these Huda Beauties. This is Amethyst Obsessions. This is Coral Obsessions. This is Emerald Obsessions, Ruby Obsessions, Sapphire Obsessions, Smoky Obsessions, and then Mauve Obsessions. Honestly, I love these. I'm getting really into these smaller palettes that are a bit more concise, and I think I am going to hang on to all of these. I really love the formula of these, and I love just... I get a lot of use out of these, obviously, if you can see them. Like, I get a lot of use out of those. This is the e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow in Berry Bad. I was honestly really impressed by this. This was great quality. I think I'm going to hang on to that one. And then I've got the Huda Beauty Neon Green and then Neon Orange. And I'm going to keep both of these. I'm currently working on the Neon Pinks that's in a Project Pan. I am keeping that because I'm almost done with it. So, obviously, I do really like that palette, though. Oh, and then Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions, which I'm also going to keep. I've got some of these Smashbox cover shots. These are those palettes I raved about last time because I was like, people don't understand. Like, they're so not talked about. They're so under wraps, and people need to talk about them. This is the Bold Glitters one. I really love this palette. I'm keeping that one. I ended up decluttering most of them last time, and I only kept a couple. These get really dirty really fast. Okay, this one is Major Metals. I think I'm gonna pass this one on. The color story, like I have all these shades and other palettes. This one is Petal Metal, and it's just a neutral palette. Like I have all these shades and other palettes, so I think I'm gonna pass that one on. This one is Prism. I actually really do like Prism. It's cool toned, it's beautiful. I don't have a lot of cool toned palettes. I'm gonna keep that, and I'm gonna keep Bold Glitters, but I'm gonna pass these two on. Get those out of my collection. Okay, the Pure Cosmetics and Trolls World Tour palettes. These, I don't know, man. The formula of the shadows is actually really nice. I don't love, like, I think they're cute. I think I'm gonna hang on to them for now because I don't feel like I've had like a good enough chance to play around with them really. And I do, like, I like them. I'm gonna hang on to those. This one is brand new. This is the Kaja the Beauty Bento in Poppy Champagne. So it's just 3 little eyeshadow shades in here. I'm gonna hang on to this because I'm not gonna play with this at all. The Natasha Denona Mini Leela palette. Honestly, I've heard the quality of these aren't as good as the, like the full-size Natasha Denona palettes, and maybe that's why I don't love this one. I'm going to go ahead and pass this one along. And then we have the Violet Voss Berry Burst Fun Size. I'm keeping this one. It's so cute, and y'all know I love my berry shades. So that one's staying. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. I'm keeping this one. I love having this on hand for palettes that don't have, like any type of like brow highlight, like the brow bone highlight or like the inner corner highlight. I like having this one on hand. I'm going to keep that. This is the UOMA Beauty Black Magic palette. Honestly, this speaks to me. I'm going to keep this one. I really like this and I want to play around with it some more. The Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice palette. I've had like 3 of these, you guys. So... this is what I have to think about here. Honestly, I feel like I would use so many of these shades. It is really pretty. I think I'm gonna hang on to this one for now because I really like that. The IBY Beauty Hollywood Glam. I don't know. Like it's so powdery. I'm gonna pass this one along. Yeah. The Becca Volcano Goddess. I hunted this palette down for so long. I really do like it though. It's absolutely beautiful. I am going to hang on to this one. This I just got. This is the Nabla Miami Lights Glitter Palette. I am going to hang on to this one for a little bit because I want to try it out. This is the Beauty Creations Cali Chic. This one did come in a boxy charm. And I don't know. It's really pretty. I have used it and I was actually really impressed by it. I don't love the packaging, but I actually do like the palette itself. So I think I'm going to keep it. I have a couple of Morphes. This is the Always Golden 9A, and then this is the Oh My Gorge 9C. I have such a love-hate relationship with Morphe. Honestly, I think that their like collaborations are the best. The regular Morphe palettes are just kind of disappointing. I'm gonna pass both of these on. Pure Cosmetics Be Your Selfie. This is another one of the Pure Cosmetics palettes that I really like. Just a really great neutral palette. I'm gonna hang on to this one. And then the Huda Beauty Saffron. Oh my god, I die. I am obsessed with this palette. I'm gonna keep that. This is the Cella Lave Neutral palette. As much as I wanted to dislike this palette and as much as I thought I was going to, I actually really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna hang on to this one. This is the Glamlight Alondra Desi palette. So I actually really like this one too, and I feel like this is one that, like, I don't know who Alondra Desi is. I don't follow her. I'm gonna keep this one though because it's a good palette, you know what I mean? Ruby May #mood. I'm gonna keep that one. Okay, we're not doing the greatest here. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette. This one is really pretty. I'm gonna keep this. Yeah. Okay. Nomad Berlin Underground. Okay, here's the thing with this. People were like crazy obsessed with this palette. I don't fully understand the crazy obsession. I really like it. It's a really beautiful palette, but I feel like people were like way over obsessed with this. I am gonna hang on to it. I just don't get what all that was about. This is the Carity Cosmetics Picante palette. I love this. Like, this is right up my alley. So yeah, I'm keeping it. Is what it is. I warned y'all, this is not gonna be a cutthroat declutter by any means. Although now we're gonna get into some of the random ones. So let's see what we can do. Okay, I've got these Storybook Cosmetics palettes. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. These are so big and they're so bulky, and like, yes, they look really cute, but they're so over the top big and bulky, and I hate using them because of that. And so I've got the Wizardry and Witchcraft. I've got Fairy Tales. This is the Little Briar Rose. I think this one came in like a BoxyCharm or something. And then I've got Burn Book, and I'm gonna pass them all along. I don't ever want to use them because they're so big and they're so bulky and it's so annoying. This is the Morphe and James Charles palette. You remember how I said that Morphe did much better with like collabs than with their regular eyeshadow palettes? Except for this one. This is just a chalky mess. Like, it's an okay palette. It bugs me though. And like, my friend and I were using it to do a makeup look, and we could not get everything to blend out, and it was very frustrating, and I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along too. It kind of hurts my heart because I really love this palette, but it's gonna go. All right. I have more Too Faced palettes that we're gonna get to. These are the ones that fit in a little organizer. So let's take a look. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Honestly, this brings me no joy. I can look at this and I can be like, meh, I hate it. It smells really good, which I do like, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along because I don't know. So that one's gonna go. Okay. Chocolate Bar Gold. This one I actually do like. I am going to hang on to this one, I think, because this one brings me excitement and joy. We have the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar. This one, I don't know, like, I really like all of the taupey shades in here. All of the shades that, like, I would use as maybe crease shades. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think this one I'm gonna hang on to for a little bit longer because I do find it overall boring, but I almost get excited by using it because it looks useful. Like, I get excited by looking at it because it looks useful. So we're gonna hang on to that one for a little bit longer. Too Faced A Sweet Peach. This one is one of those other ones where, like, I just don't know. I'm gonna hang on to this one for a little bit longer because the whole thing, it does make me happy. We'll just have to see how it goes. Too Faced Gingerbread Spice. And then I also have Extra Spicy. These are my favorite of, like, these larger tin palettes. So I'm gonna keep those. Too Faced Peanut Butter and Honey. This one, honestly, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass along. I really like the palette, but I don't know. I think when I also have Peanut Butter and Jelly, and I like Peanut Butter and Jelly a lot more. I think I'm gonna keep Peanut Butter Jelly. I'm gonna pass on Peanut Butter and Honey. And then I've got the Boudoir Eyes. This one I'm gonna pass along. I don't know. It's boring as far as like neutral palettes go, so that's gonna go. You know what? Honestly, I think I'm gonna pass along the peanut butter and jelly one too. I'm not a big fan of these layouts where it's like it's almost like trio layouts. I'm not a big fan of that. So all three of these are gonna go. I have the Too Faced Natural Matte. This one, it is kind of the same layout. Yes, I am aware. However, I feel like these work a little bit better. I am gonna hang on to that one. I have the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. I am gonna hang on to this. I don't have a lot of matte like palettes, so hang on to a couple of them. This is White Peach. I actually really like White Peach. I feel like it wasn't talked about very much, but I actually really liked it. And then same with the Palm Spring Dreams. Both of these I really enjoy, so I'm gonna keep both of those. And then I've got the Tutti Frutti line. This is the Razzle Dazzle Berry palette, and this is the Sparkling Pineapple palette. I'm going to hang on to both of these for now. I love them both. This one I got fairly recently. This one is a bit older, but definitely gonna keep both of these because I loved this. Yes, I loved it all. Dose of Colors Baked Browns. This one I'm going to go ahead and pass along. It's just like 5 matte browns. Meh. The Dominique Cosmetics, this is the like Sweater Weather eyeshadow palette. I kept this last time because I was like, oh, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna use it again to see what I think. I have not used it again, so it's gonna go. This doesn't excite me very much. This is the Butter London, the Natural Goddess palette. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along too. These just don't excite me. Tarte Spicy Bitch. I'm keeping this. I love this. I bought this on a total fluke, on a total whim. And I love it. I'm keeping it. The Lorac Pro palette. I got rid of all of my other Lorac Pro palettes because I did not find them interesting. They did not bring me joy. I'm pretty sure that was in my last eyeshadow declutter, which I'll link that down below if you're interested. That was like a little bit more cutthroat. I got rid of quite a few eyeshadow palettes in that one, but I don't know. This one was my favorite, but I'm just wondering, like, do I really need it? Because I think I am going to keep this one because I'm thinking that to myself because I don't have the other Lorac Pro palettes and that fucks with my like collector's mentality, but I do really like this one. So this one I'm going to keep. And then we have the BoxyCharm Hello Charmer palette. I will be honest with you, I was pretty surprised actually by this palette. It was much better than I thought it was going to be. However, I'm going to pass it along because it just doesn't excite me the way that it should. Okay, I recently bought another vault. These are the Juvia's Place, like the mini, I don't even remember what these are called, but it's like all separated into different colors. So like this is taupes, this one's nudes, this one's chocolates, this one's berries. Y'all, Juvia's Place has been killing it for me. Just everything that they've put out recently I've been in love with. I'm going to keep all of these because I just got them and I have not gotten a chance to play around with them yet. And I'm very, very, very excited about that. The Milani Luster Light palette. I was actually really impressed by this palette. And this is, I think, like my only legitimate drugstore palette. So I'm going to hang on to that for now. The Tarteiste Pro. I have gotten rid of several Tarte palettes in my life. I'm not the biggest fan of their eyeshadow palettes. This one I actually do like. I feel like this would be one of my favorite Tarte eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to keep that. And then my Colourpop She's the Rainbow. Hells to the yes. I'm keeping it. And here's the thing, like, I don't know. There's something so different about having cute palettes to put depotted shades in and then not having that. And having said that, let's look at some of my depotted palettes, okay? Okay, so first of all, we have the He Who Shall Not Be Named palettes. I definitely, like, I'm well aware that I fucked up when I was depotting these. I have a video on myself depotting these. I'll put a link to it, but it did not go super great. I ended up losing like a ton of eyeshadows and like they keep falling out, and honestly I'm kind of over this whole thing. Like, I thought that I didn't want to waste the money, but like having everything in a palette like this is bringing me no joy. I don't want to reach for it. It just kind of stresses me out. So this is going to go. I'm probably going to keep the actual palette itself. We'll have to see. But all the eyeshadows, that whole thing is going to go. I depotted a bunch of Colourpop shadows. This was probably one of the things that I regret the most to this day. I loved my Colourpop palettes. They were all magnetic. I could have kept the palettes and like put them all back in. And honestly, like, I really truly regret depotting them all. It's nice, like, having them in one large palette, I guess, but I don't love it. It gets very messy. Like, maybe it's just like these huge ass Adept palettes are not for me. I don't know. I really don't know if I want to keep these or not though. Like, part of me feels so shitty because I love my Colourpop palettes and 99% of them are depotted into this. There's a couple that weren't, but like 99% of them are depotted into this. And it's got limited edition ones that I cannot like purchase anymore. And I don't know. I'm really torn on that. So I'm going to think about these. I'm just trying to think, like, if I get up in the morning and I sit down to do my makeup and I open up this, am I going to be excited? I have to think about these because I don't know. I've got the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, which is this one right here. The OG Jaclyn Hill. This is one of Morphe's best ever palettes. I stand by that. I did pick up the Morphe Volume 2. I have not tried it yet. I cannot speak for the formula, but I love the color layout, which is why I purchased it, because this color layout is everything to me. I am going to keep both of these because I actually do really enjoy those palettes. The Urban Decay Full Spectrum. This is an old one, and honestly, I don't love the layout of this palette, but I feel like this is good for kind of like different, because you've got different amounts of like shimmer and things in the different color families. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like, does it bring me joy though? I am going to hang on to this one for right now because I do like it. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills collection, so I think this one was volume 1. These, honestly, I have had some break out on me, but I love the color story of these. This is like great for just having a shit ton of different shades, and I am getting into the smaller palettes now, but I really like these. Like, they just speak to me. I'm gonna keep these. The formula on these is pretty good. It's not the absolute greatest, but it works. All right, this is the Be Bella Cosmetics Champagne Kisses 1. I used this in a weekly makeup basket, and it was much better than I thought it was going to be. I don't know, it looks so cheap, you know, and there's like so little product in all of these pans, and that really bugs me because like this was, like I hit pan on this I think like in the first 4 or 5 days, and I'd never used the palette before, so I'm gonna pass this one along because it just kind of stresses me out a little bit, I think. This is the Estate and Bailey Sarian Venice Fling. I'm keeping this. This is new. I've used it a few times. It's amazing, and I love Bailey, and I'm keeping this one for sure. I love the packaging too. It's so freaking pretty. Let's talk some Urban Decay. You guys know how I am with my Urban Decay. I have a really hard time like letting go. So we've got Urban Decay Naked 1. I'm keeping this because it just looks so beautiful. We've got Urban Decay Naked 2. My God, these need to be cleaned so bad. I'm keeping this one too. I really love the OG Naked palettes. Like, I really wish that they would stop doing other colors and just go back to like nude shades. This is my favorite Naked palette, so I'm keeping it. I have Naked Honey, which I actually do like way more than I thought I was going to, so I'm gonna keep that one. Naked Reloaded. This one, I think the color story is like my least favorite, but I can appreciate what they've done here, and I still actually like it. Naked Smoky. This one is a bit dark for my taste. I don't normally do like over-the-top smoky eyes, but I like having that option, and I think this is the favorite palette that I have that has just like all of those types of shades, and for that reason it does bring me joy, so I'm gonna hang on to it. Urban Decay Born to Run. This, I don't get people's obsession with this palette. Like, I don't get it. I like it. It's a really nice palette. Obviously, like, I've used it a whole bunch, but people are like over the top obsessed with this, and that I don't get. I'm gonna hang on to it, but like, it's a good palette. I just don't get why people like are crazy in love with it. Urban Decay Naked Cherry. I mean, look at it. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. And then the brand new Urban Decay Ultraviolet. Okay, so apparently I'm just gonna keep all of those. I mean, honestly, I think that's a testament to how much I love Urban Decay, and it kind of makes me a little bit happy that I feel that way about Urban Decay, because I typically buy these, like this is one of the only palettes that I purchase when they first come out, so I've paid full price for most of them, and it makes me happy that I like them, obviously. Okay, Too Faced Pretty Rich. This one I really like because I like all the glitters in it. I hate the layout of it, but I do love the glitters in it. So I am going to hang on to that because that makes me happy. We've got a couple Violet Voss. This is the Violet Voss HG. This is the mattes. I really like both of these. These are just really good for basic palettes, and the formula is fantastic. This is the Masquerade Mini by Juvia's Place. I really like this. This just, oh, my heart sings when I see this. So I'm definitely going to keep that. And then I have the Magic Mini by Juvia's Place, which is this one. Same thing. It's so pretty. I cannot, oh, I love these. And these are in cardboard packaging, which a lot of people don't like. I like to an extent. It's gotta be like the right type of cardboard, you know what I mean? Urban Decay Elements palette. I hate this. Like, I love the palette. The packaging sucks so badly, and it honestly just stresses me out. The shades are beautiful. And then it's the same thing with Heavy Metal though. Like, I love the shades, but the packaging stresses me the fuck out. Heavy Metal, I think I am gonna get rid of because this is just, I hate this. It's so ridiculous. So that's gonna go. Elements is a little bit easier to work with for me, and I really do love those shades, man. I think I'm gonna hang on to Elements. I think so. The packaging is atrocious, but it is better than Heavy Metals. This is the Ace Beauty Scarlet Dusk palette. Ugh. Yes, I'm keeping that one. This is the Winky Lux Sugar Kitten palette. If y'all watched that one, Shot My Stash, I think it was number 11. I'll try to link it down below. This is a palette I had been using for a couple weeks, and originally when it was picked out, I really liked it, and it was one of my favorite palettes, and at the end of it I was like, I hate this. This is a ridiculous palette. So I'm gonna pass this one along because I don't enjoy that. Urban Decay Light Beam. I just honestly don't see a point. I'm not a big fan of like the Urban Decay, like the little 5-pan palettes that they used to do. So this one's going to get passed along. Beauty Bakery Proof is in the Puddin' eyeshadow palette. This one, it's really beautiful. I do like it. I think I am going to keep it because there are a couple of pretty unique shades in here. And I always feel like, oh, I'm totally going to get rid of it this time. But then I open it up and I really like love the way it looks. So I think I'm going to hang on to that. This is the Colourpop Land. This is Colourpop Candy Castle. I'm going to hang on to this because I might end up getting rid of all of my other Colourpop palettes, and that makes me super duper sad. And I actually do, I did like this one. It's like a nice pastel-y palette, but it looks really nice on the eyes. I did a whole video trying this out for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm definitely going to hang on to that one. Urban Decay Naked Heat. I'm going to keep it. Naked, you guys. Okay, the Too Faced Natural Love palette is, I've talked about this so many times, it's one of my all-time favorite neutral palettes. I freaking love it. I'm keeping it. I loved Natural Love so much that when Natural Lust came out, I lusted over it forever. And I finally purchased it once it went on sale. I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited, and I finally got it, and I'm keeping both of these. These are some of my favorite palettes. So some old school Urban Decay here. Well, in a minute. I've got, I think, 3 of the Urban Decay on the runs. This is Bailout. I do like this palette. I don't love the fact that Urban Decay keeps making like these tinier palettes, but I like these a lot more than I like the 5-pan ones. This is Detour, which I also like, and then this one is Shortcut, which I also like. So I'm gonna hang on to those. This is the Urban Decay 50th Anniversary palette. This one is very, very, very old. Did I say 50th? I think it was 15th. I don't know. I can't remember. It was an anniversary palette though. It's very, very, very old. And what happens is the eyeshadow starts to break up. I had to get rid of my oldest eyeshadow palette ever because of that. This one isn't too bad. I really love this palette. So I think I am gonna hang on to it for a little bit longer. I just want to make more of an effort to start using it. This is one of my oldest palettes now, and I really, really like it. Okay, I have Violet Voss, the Best Life 2 and the Best Life like 1, I guess. These are really interesting to me, and I purchased Best Life and I really liked it. And then I purchased Best Life 2, and I don't know, like they confuse the hell out of me, but they make me really excited. So I'm gonna keep both of those. Violet Voss Flamingo, this is another one that had been on my wish list for so long, and then I just got it during that BoxyCharm like pop-up haul thing I did. It's another video. I'm keeping this one because I have not gotten to play around with it yet, and I cannot wait. The Too Faced Then and Now palette. I hate how Too Faced makes these like ridiculously oversized palettes, but this one I really like. I think it's so pretty, and it's almost like I like it so much that I'm okay with storing it. I'm gonna keep that one. All right, now we've got some old school Urban Decay. This is the Vice Limited. This was like before stuff would sell out in like minutes, and it was still crazy hard to get. This one though, I don't know. I really like it, but like never use these, and I really need to start like using them. You know what I mean? Obviously. But I do like this one because the color story is really nice, and this holds like a special place in my heart So I feel like that one I might end up keeping. I've got Vice 2 as well. Vice 2 honestly is a little bit more boring to me. This one I think I'm gonna go ahead and let go of because I just don't really care about that. And then this I think is like Vice 3. Who recognizes this packaging? Is this Vice 3? This one I really like. I'm gonna keep that one. So I'm gonna keep these two. I'm gonna get rid of my Vice 2, which you guys, this is a big deal for me. This is actually the one that I've used the most. But I think it's time for it to go. I'm gonna get rid of Vice 2. Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Easy Eye palette for the Charlotte Darling look. I freaking love this palette so much. I'm keeping it. It's gorgeous. And then the Dose of Colors Desi and Katie Friendcation. I mean, come on. I talk about this all the time. One of my all-time favorite palettes. Keeping it. This is my Z palette full of single shadows. There is a depotting video of this somewhere. Once again, I went through all this effort to depot shit and I don't even like it. I like this one a little bit more, but it bugs me because everything's different sizes. It just messes with my head. I don't like it. It's very messy looking. And it's just, there's no real like color story. Like if this was an eyeshadow palette for sale, I wouldn't buy it. I don't like the color story. So I think I might end up keeping like the Z palette because I definitely like these Z palettes way more than those Adept palettes. But I'm going to get rid of the shadows inside. So I'm decluttering this. I felt like it was going to bring me a lot more joy than it actually did. You know what I mean? Couple more Urban Decays, couple Huda Beauties, and then my Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, and then we are done here. So Urban Decay Stone Vibes. I just got this because it spoke to me. I did get it during some type of deal or something, but I am keeping it because I have not used it yet. But this is like right up my alley, and this packaging, this whole thing makes my heart happy. Urban Decay Moon Dust is another one of my favorites. Keeping it, thank you. And then Urban Decay Wired. This has been on sale for so long, and it's got really shitty reviews, but it looks beautiful. I am going to hang on to this for right now because I want to try it out myself. I'm probably gonna end up regretting that, but like I love this whole thing, so we're gonna see. Huda Beauty palettes. This is the Desert Dusk palette. Oh, this is the new Nude palette, and then this is the Rose Gold Remastered palette. I am keeping all of these because they all just do beautiful, beautiful things to my heart. These are staying. All right. And then finally, we've got some Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. These are like her regular, do you know what I mean? So I've got, this is Prism. Prism I actually really like. I've gotten some good use out of this. It's pretty nice. I think this one I am going to keep. We've got Soft Glam, which this is okay. Definitely more on like the daintier side, but I do like it. I do get some use out of it, so that one I'm going to keep. Subculture. This is probably one of my favorite ones. I know this has like the worst reviews for her palettes, but this is my favorite based on looking at it. So I am going to hang on to this one. Modern Renaissance is a classic, you know, and I never quite understood that until recently, but it's... This is the Jackie Aina palette. This one I actually just got, and I'm really excited about it, so I am going to keep that one. Alyssa Edwards. Oh, I mean, come on. And then the Carly Bible one, once again, I almost didn't get. There was one palette of Anastasia Beverly Hills that I did skip over because I wasn't interested in the color story, but these new ones that she has, I'm very, very interested. I think they're beautiful. So, I'm keeping them. Okay, so I don't think you can even see this. I'm getting rid of a total of 29 palettes, which not as good as it was last time, like not anywhere close, but I mean, like I'm still proud of myself because most of these palettes I had during the last, I'm trying to like move them all into a box, I'm so sorry. Most of these palettes I had during my last declutter, and I still managed to like get rid of more this go around. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's pretty good. Like I'm pretty proud of myself here. Okay. So anyways, that is the video for today. That is my declutter. This is actually, I'm filming this the week that this is in my weekly makeup basket, my single shadows. So I'm gonna have to grab a new eyeshadow palette for that. But okay, that is my video for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really hope, like, I know this wasn't like a super great declutter, but for me it was, and you know, my personal journey is what I'm trying to stay focused on. For me it was a pretty good declutter. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure you do a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see what's next in the declutter series, and I will catch you guys next time. Have a great one. Bye.